everyone. It's day 30. We spent last night at Quarry Run Shelter, which is like a little resort here. I sent pictures last night. Got here early afternoon. They were predicting thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, about 2:45. So we got settled in about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and all settled in the shelter to ride the storms out. They didn't materialize till about 5, but they did come. A lot of heavy rain. We had a lot of campers here, a lot of thru hikers coming through. I guess the thru hiker bubble is catching up with us. There were probably 10 people here last night, some in tents, some in the shelter. It was fun. Hi, there you are. It was fun talking to everybody. So, yeah. Today we got about 13.5 miles to go to the next shelter. We're trying to get to Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania by Friday. We have resupply boxes coming. I got to pick them up at the post office. And I got a room reserved at a little resort there for a couple nights. Take a 0 day on Saturday and let our bodies recover again. But we're going to be picking up the pace from here on out, hopefully. We have 10 plus days, 10 plus mile days every day this week, and then going forward we need to pick it up to get about 15 or 16 miles a day if we're ever going to reach Katahdin. So that's what the scoop is for today. We do have sunshine, you can see in the background. The rain is gone. I woke up to rain this morning, but the rain is gone, and hopefully we have a day of sunshine. I'm looking forward to that. The trail's been getting easier, though there's been a lot of rock boulders rock fields we'd have had to climb over. Hopefully not today, but going forward, I think the trails are going to get easier for a while. So anyway, that's it. We'll catch you on down the trail. Good morning. We just took a break. Got 5 miles in so far. 8.5 to go. Sun is shining. We actually have blue sky today. I don't see a cloud in it. That's nice. Haven't seen a real blue sky in a while. So, not much to say other than we're moving on. The legs are getting stronger. We're averaging a little over 2 miles an hour, so that's good. Not as good as these thru hikers that are whizzing by us, but they got 1,000 miles under them, and they're all racing to get the Pine Furnace or Pine Grove Furnace or whatever it is state park up ahead here, because that's the official half mile or halfway point of the Appalachian Trail. So these guys that were in the shelter last night were all thru hikers. They've been on the trail for several months now and finally reaching the halfway point. So we're just trying to reach that 300 mile mark, hopefully by sometime beginning of next week, and keep doing the best we can. So I'm climbing up a hill now, so I think I better use my poles. We'll catch you on down the trail. Hello everyone. So we made it here to the Ironmaster's Mansion Hostel. We wound up doing 17 miles of hiking today, which is a record for us. And actually I feel pretty good. This is an old mansion, as you can see behind me. It was owned by the Ironmaster. There was an iron mine here, and so he had all the money because he owned all the iron. And this was changed or turned into a hostel. I'm not sure when, but it's really nice inside. There's a men's dormitory and a women's dormitory. They got hot showers for $5. They had pizza, and then you can buy a soda. So we had a couple sodas and pizza. Breakfast is $3 in the morning. I'm not sure what that's going to include, but it'll be probably some eggs and toast, maybe some bacon. So it'll be a good way to start off the day. But yeah, things are going well, and we have 2 days to get into Boiling Springs, where we're going to pick up some supply boxes and probably at least spend one night there. We might take a zero and spend 2 nights. We'll see. Since this wasn't expected to stay here and we hiked the extra miles, we might just take a Nero and just relax Friday afternoon and spend Friday night and then take off. So we'll see what happens, but that's it for now, and this is the end of day 30, so we'll catch you on down the trail. Hello everyone. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this segment or not, although I was concerned that my mom might worry about me, but I thought I'm going to document this trip, so this is part of it. I should do that. Excuse me, my toothpick broke. So the other night we were coming into Tom's Run shelter, and I don't know, we weren't too far from it, and we came across this guy, this hiker. Now when you're on the trail, after a while you get to recognize through hikers and section hikers and weekenders, because they each have their own look about them. This guy was different. He was dressed in full camo, had long camo pants on, military boots. He had a pack on that he said weighed 60 pounds, which is twice as much as mine. He had a knife hanging around his neck and a compass hanging around his neck, which I thought was unusual for this type of hiker. He was asking where there were some campsites down the trail, so I pulled out my Gut Hooks app and I showed him there was one about a half mile and one about a mile. So he took off hiking, and when he left, when he turned, I noticed on his pack he had a big handle. Looked like it was a handle to a machete. And I'm thinking, what the hell do you need a machete for out here? So all these little red flags were going up. So we hiked on into the campsite, took off our boots, we were resting, ready to go down and soak our feet in the water. And I don't know, about 15 minutes later, this guy comes hiking back into the camp. And he said to me, I thought you guys were hiking north. I said, we are. You're going in the wrong direction. And he seemed a little disoriented. And he kind of fumbled around a little bit. And then he turned around and marched off. So another red flag went off. It was like, how can this guy who's got a compass around his neck and not know which way he's going? One possibility was he was hiking back in to see if we were staying there. When we got into camp, we ran into the kickstand, and he was just heading out. He was going to a hostel about 3.5 miles down the trail. And we had told him that we were too tired physically and mentally to go on, that we were going to stay there. So I went ahead and started setting up the tent, and Mud Smelly went down to soak her feet. And it just kept going through my head, all these little red flags. And when she came back, I said, you know, call the hostel and see if they got room. I said, we're not staying here tonight. I don't like this feeling. And it was probably, the guy was probably totally harmless. But you know, you don't want to take any chances. There's a lot of crazy people out in this world. So we packed everything up and we marched another 3.5 miles down the mountain to the Ironmaster's hostel, which is a very nice place to stay. That was the day we did 17 miles, because when you get the adrenaline going, because of suspected danger, you have a little extra energy. So anyway, like I said, the guy was probably totally harmless, but I just didn't feel comfortable staying there that night. I haven't read anything about any murders on the trail, so I don't think he's murdered anybody, but it was an interesting story. Mom, don't worry about me. We're fine. All the people on the trail are good people. I was probably just being overcautious, but actually it turned out well because the Ironmaster's Hostel was a great place to stay. I have no regrets. So anyway, you never know what's going to happen on the trail. So I just thought I'd add this to my log, and we'll just continue to march on. We'll catch you down the trail.